Tell him, Pebbles. You don't want to be
Okay, you guys, I need to. We're yeah. So welcome to the live. Me and Honey. He is okay. So I know you're wondering. Okay, where are you guys? Where in the world are you? We're out of Ohio, that's for sure, and we have started our journey. And when a few more people get in here, we'll go into some details. I don't want to say it 2 or 3 times. So everybody, come on in. We'll talk about where am I right now and why we're sitting here. So, yeah, that's it. Isn't that right, baby?
We ran out of money. Send help. We're lost.
That ain't too far from the truth. Hey, Sonia. We're share the link so we can get some more people in here and I can give you guys the spill on what's going on. It's just something. So, I wanna I wanna say it one time instead of a couple times. But anyway, how you doing, Sonia? How's things going? I caught your video. I see you are wanting to do romance novels. How cool is that? So there you go. Baby just entered the chat. So I need to make you a moderator, honey, so you can help keep an eye on that for me.
You have to touch my name.
Here we go. So say it, add as a moderator. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's see what you're saying, Sonia. I'm doing all right. Life gets you in certain nooks and crannies, but it's okay. Like I said, we're no longer in Ohio anymore, and the weather was really good for leaving today. No snow, no ice, no nothing, just sunny skies. So that was really nice. And so, yeah, so now we're just headed to our next location, but we had to make a pit stop for the night. And so, one of the things that is happening right now is the money that we have is the money we saved, but I haven't got paid from the job I just did yet. So, we really can't afford to go to the campground yet. So, we're trying to save some money. So, we decide we are going to camp in the truck. Cedric, my sweet, loving husband, is not very happy about that because we have the house. But at the gas station, I really don't want to pull, the slides out because you guys know in our last camper, it was easier for you to get to the bed because the slide didn't block the way. Well, the living room slide comes all the way in to it seals off the entrance to anything. And so I was like, we don't have the power for that. We let that thing out and we're in there all night. We get ready to leave in the morning and we can't let it in. That's going to be a problem. So we were going to try to make it to the KOA, but they wanted $75 for one night. And we just can't afford that. That's like two fill-ups for us. And we're trying to get to our next location. So tonight we are hanging out in the truck. I'm probably going to get him to go get us some blankets and pillows. And we decided we're going to do it live because we never do one from the road. The camper's behind us. The dogs are in their kennels. And so tonight we are located next to a refinery. So pray for us that nothing blows. I can actively see fire coming out of the top of it. And we're at a gas station. So, that could be hazardous to one's health.
It is pretty sketchy.
And so we're over here with trucks with these 18 wheelers and whatnot. And they're all backed in, trying to get a little shut eye. And so I have to respect, hi, you guys. I have to respect the fact that my husband was getting tired and that we needed to stop for the night. And I know it's kind of early. And since I'm not driving, I didn't push the issue. I don't mind traveling at night, but he's the one doing the driving. So if he's tired, then we stop. It just so happened that we're not stopping at a campground tonight. And I was looking at some of the state parks. Guess what? They're closed. And they're not going to
We
even.
covered a lot of ground though today. I mean, we almost covered 2 states. We're almost to Virginia, so I
Yeah,
think that's
that's
pretty
true.
good.
I'm ready to just, make it to the next
I
episode.
don't mind traveling at night as long as the RV's not behind us. The RV behind us, it's just too much nerve that I don't have.
I don't mind traveling at night, but like I said, I'm not the one driving. Usually we do, like when we were on taking vacations and we weren't RVing, we would leave like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and travel till about dusk. I mean, to about dark. So tonight we are bunking in the truck. And yeah, we got to save some money for this trip. That's a part of RV living. And so we are sleeping in here. We're going to get our pillows and our cover. Can't put the seat backs because the kennels are back there. And we got to save some money because RVing is 90% gas. And so we're trying to save our money that we have for gas. The fur babies are doing well. They're back there in their bed sleeping, actually. They got their little blankets and they have on sweaters. And so they're good. And the gas station is well lit, which is going to be a real problem because I'm a person that likes to sleep when it's dark. So we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. We'll figure something out.
Not here.
We'll figure something out. Like
I
I
tried
said,
to park a little bit further down where nobody is, but I figure, if she wanted to at least get out and go inside the store, use the
hey,
bathroom, then we're already close to it. Preferably, I would have liked to been on that side, but I don't really like being next to anyone. But it is kind of cool to be up against the highway, and it's no sidewalk. Nobody can come up behind us, and also being between two truckers and the big German Shepherd that's
yes, who is
driving.
sitting in the driveway? All right. Well, a little. You want a quick little advice? Have worship before you study. Pray. Read a little word from the Lord. Ask Him to help you retain information. Do your best. You'll be great. All right. So yes. So we're waiting on some funds to hit, and then we are going to be moving on to the next spot. No worries at all. Moving on to the next spot. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're back on the road with our shenanigans. I was just telling my husband, this just feels right.
It
It just
doesn't.
feels right. We're unhoused, meaning that we don't live in brick and mortar. We our house, we're not homeless, but we're unhoused. And it's like I know this is not ideal, and a lot of people are like, they are so insane, but it feels good. It feels right. It feels like an adventure.
It's definitely an adventure for sure. I mean, it's not bad.
It, well, we're talking trash now, but ask us about 1 o'clock
I mean,
when
one
you
o'clock.
can't get right, when you can't just lay like you want to lay.
Yeah, when we head to head like this.
We'll probably change our mind, and it makes me reminisce on our first ride out when we first got our first camper and we left, and how we were at Walmart and how we spent the first night, sleeping in the camper, and that was a nightmare. And I guess I have a little PTSD from that, so um, I'm not even thinking about it as far as that's concerned. I'm just not with it. So I wish this was the old camper, like I said, because you could just go right in. You don't have to let anything out. You just lock everything up and you're good to go. But it is what it is. So we're going to be getting our blankets, getting some pillows, trying to stay warm, trying to get things together and, figure it out. So consider us saving money right now. And make sure you guys subscribe and thumbs up because we are back on the road and we are seeking adventure. Now, everybody wants to know, where are you guys headed? I'm not telling you. Okay? So you're going to have to watch and you're going to have to stay tuned if you want to know where we're going. It's going to be somewhere cool. We're trying to get there before Christmas and it's going to be fun. So that's why we have to penny pinch. So your gifts and your super chats are we'll appreciate it. So is your Christmas gifts through PayPal and Venmo. So that's where we are with that. Because what we're trying to do is get that membership we had with Thousand Trails. And so that is a cool $500 that we currently do not have. So
We'll get it.
that'll be a great gift if you're thinking about what can I get? What can I get Finding Erica for Christmas? Because, she's been so good to us all year, bringing us content, telling us about good places to stay. She's had a hard year. She broke her leg and her ankle, and now they're finally back on the road. How can we help them for Christmas? We'd like a Thousand Trails membership. Bam, I said it. It's out there. Do with that what you will. Look where we are. There you go. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I know for a fact that hopefully, fingers crossed, by tomorrow we'll be in Savannah. I will tell you that. And so I'm hoping that we can make it to Savannah in some good time, because I've never like been there. I've been through like past there, but I've never been to Savannah. And so that would be a new place to put on our RV flag.
Savannah's actually really nice. Um, I've been to the docks and piers there,
Ooh.
and we picked up a load back in the days. I was young, riding with a truck driver himself. But it was really cool though. It was really cool to go to Savannah and kind of see the historic charm and really the coastline of Georgia, because I had never been. I'm from Georgia and I've never been to the coast of Georgia, Jekyll Island, anything.
Ooh, that would be nice. I wish we had time, but we need to be somewhere by a certain time. And so that's why, usually we stop and spend a couple days and keep going, spend a couple days. But Christmas is Thursday and we need to be where we're going by the 23rd. And so that's another reason. So we got to get there. But being that the directions when we left Ohio took us right through Savannah, I'm excited about that, because in my mind I think of it like St. Augustine is a kind of old place like that. And I like historical places like that, cobblestone streets and stuff like that. So
But
I'm excited.
we're gonna end it right there as far as that's concerned. Just
Yes.
solely because we still do not want you guys to know where we're
And we
going.
want you to take the journey with us. So we want you to subscribe, we want you to like, and we want you to share the journey with somebody else. And so right now, there you go. That's what we're doing.
Of
Yes,
course.
we do spend the holidays with family. All right. And Sonia, I see what you're doing here, and it's not going to work. You're trying to probe for information. And so I'm not going to tell you where we're going and what we're going to do. Okay. So just know that, yes, we love them and we do see them during the holiday season. And we're excited about
Actually,
a few
last year we
things.
spent the holidays with family for Christmas and Thanksgiving too as
We
well.
do that every year, it's all a part of it. But this
Sometimes it's
year,
in different places though.
we have a time frame to be somewhere. And the job that we took so we could have the money to get there, that we haven't got paid from yet, uh, ended on the 21st, which is today. And this is the soonest we could get on the road, or we would have been left and had more travel, more adventure, which is coming. Is just with this one, we need to get there. So this morning I was feeling kind of guilty that I just kind of got up and started my day. Usually I try to do a pack with me, or yes, we've gotten started, come go with us. I didn't do any of that. I've been so tired from the last couple weeks ripping and running everywhere. This is what we've been doing. This is where we're semi headed, because we don't want to tell you. And tonight we are camping in our truck, right? And so, can you text your son and tell him I'm on live and what does he want? Because he's called and he's texted me. And so, tonight we are in the truck. We're going to be sleeping here. I don't know how long we're going to last. I don't know how cold it's going to get, but we're trying to save some pesos. So
One life
this is
man.
what we're doing.
I too always wanted a van starting out. Um, But after wifey went inside and saw that it didn't have a
It was
bathroom,
like an ambulance.
it didn't have any
So
space,
tight.
you know. So
And we just don't have the resources or the time to like build something out. And so I just wasn't with that. I needed a little bit more comforts of home. And the van that he showed me was like the shape of an ambulance. It was really expensive. And I just was like, you know what? I'm not interested in doing that. So we went into the first camper we had, which was like a 17 footer. And we just wanted to make sure this was something we wanted to do. And so we set out west, and that was where we went. And I am so grateful for the experience. So here we are 5 years later. And so I don't have the time or the patience to turn it into a van house. Now, the thing is, we have a house. We are currently pulling a trailer. It's
nah, that's what
just,
he's saying.
yeah.
He's saying sell that and get that. But like I said, the van is just it's good for short term adventures. Not necessarily for full time living.
No,
Um,
Sonya, 17 foot is not an average size camper. It is average small shotgun camper. They don't have, I would say 99% of the time they do not have a slide out. I don't want to say all of them don't, because
some
as new
do.
ones come out, they have different things, right? But the one we had, I say shotgun because I remember those old houses where when you walk in, you can go straight to the back. There was like no compartments, so it's just straight through. It has no slide. It had a booth, and we ended up pulling that out and putting the couch in there. We had a bed as soon as you walk in the door, but it was sideways. We had a little small kitchen that we made work, though. We made the kitchen work, and we had a bunk set, like the a bunk bed set, which we thought we would use that more because we have grandkids. And once we set out on the road, we didn't see them for only like 3 months out of the year, because we were gone 90% of the time. So we used it for storage. So this time we are looking for a slightly bigger camper, just because this is what we're doing. This is where we are in our lives, and we want to go from a one bedroom apartment type camper to a one bedroom house type camper, so we can kind of spread out a little bit. But we got to get the truck upgraded first. You guys have heard that in to nauseum, that we just got to get another truck.
Yeah, a
And
17-foot camper too would probably fit in the era of most half tons, and people who have half ton trucks that aren't really capable of more than at least 8,000 pounds, then they usually don't even apply for the size that we're carrying. But this trailer is light. It looks long. It is long, but it's light, and it's within the capacity of this. And we try not to overload it because, you know, that's just terrible in all ways for the truck, gas mileage, everything.
now, One Life Man, that would be awesome. But I wouldn't want them to help us get a van house. I would prefer to have a bigger truck. Just some kind of, because we like to go up and down the mountains. I do. He doesn't. Like I said, I'm not the driver here. He is. And so it would be nice to have a truck that will accommodate growth. And I know sometimes with the van, it's pretty much no more than what we have behind us. And so, yeah, there you go. I wish $5,000. Shucks, we take 1,000 right now so we can get our 1,000 Trails membership and gas to keep going, so we can make it to where we're headed. So I mean, I'm not greedy, but a truck would be nice. And since this is your idea, you can be the first to donate, and we won't be mad at you. I promise.
Sonya, I used to be scared of driving the mountain roads, but what I've learned about towing is no matter what is going on behind me, I'm only focused on what's in front of me. And I go as slow as I need to, even to get here, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's blowing around us. They got all of these different, setups that are bigger than ours. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm trying to arrive alive every time. And sometimes I do have to go around a mountain road. Right now, where we're going, We're actually crossing over the Appalachian Mountains, and I would have preferred to drive around that, which would have put us out a little bit longer, but I would have preferred to do that, you know. But it is what it is. The truck has been doing fine. I stayed to the right and just kind of ride it out like that.
Here's a question. What do you do to put under the mattress to stop mold in the winter? That is an excellent question. So, in our last camper, that was an issue for us. In this camper, it was not. And let me tell you the difference. The difference was when we closed up the windows, like put something over the windows so the condensation wasn't so prevalent, because when the windows are like when you only have the shades and then your heater, then you have the condensation, and then in the winter the wall would get frozen because you had the two competing. We didn't have that problem this year, so we closed up all the windows. Some people go out and they put that thick plastic on the windows outside to kind of keep the condensation down. We get those little things from Dollar Tree where you could put it in the bathroom, and
It's
it,
like a
yeah, it
dehumidifier.
takes up the moisture and so on and so forth. And you can also put a mattress cover on your mattress, right? And then once a week, get some of that vinegar, cleaning vinegar, and just wipe it down, and that will keep it down as well.
Now, I will say this too. A lot of the reason why I think the RV that we had before this, I think that it suffered so much from being wet all the time is because it was made in the very front of the RV, which put it right on the nose.
Yeah.
And with the window being so large and then being right there, whenever the condensation would fill up in the little
And
slot going
yep.
around it, eventually it pools over and then it's on the bed and everywhere. But this particular unit, the bed is in the rear and it's east west. It is east west, but it's a lot better to access than being in the front.
Yeah, that's true. That was another big factor. We had that huge bay window. We had a front living, and now we have rear
But a
living.
dehumidifier in the wintertime, especially if you're a person that don't want to use the reflectix or, put things up to the window, we really don't really like reflectix, but I do think that they work to a certain degree. But I don't like it dark inside, and neither does Erica.
Well, the another thing for me is I suffer sometimes from seasonal depression. So when it's already hazy outside and then the house is just dark, it doesn't help. So try the mattress cover, see how that works, see if that's something that you could do, and get the vinegar cleaning stuff, and then go from there. And let me know. Come back and let me know how that worked for you, okay? Cedric, we got a question for you. It said, do you get nervous driving in the
In the
snow?
snow, okay, yeah.
With
Honestly,
the camper or without the camper?
in the snow without it, I'm gonna just answer both. In the snow without it, I'm not at all, but in the snow with this thing, I would never.
No, I don't think we've ever traveled in the snow or icy roads with the camper because it's everything we own. It is our whole life in that back there. So it doesn't we try not to unnecessarily put ourselves in danger, and if it's snowing or it's bad roads, we just hunker down, right? It's just it
And it
is what
kind of
it is.
depends. Some places that we stay during the winter are usually more of a seasonal type of site, and they are kind of weird to access. A lot of hills and stuff like that. So let's say for instance the one Tambark in Tennessee that we normally go to. I wouldn't want to get on the road with that and hook up and pull out because
It'll be hard getting out of the park.
it'll be pretty muddy and mucky and just terrible.
And he does not use the tractor to like dig up the gravel, so the roads are icy, like
Very.
they're icy in the park, right? So if one day I got caught trying to come up the hill back to the camper, and I couldn't even get the truck up the hill. So it depends on where you are, and try to be somewhere by the time winter comes. I really suggest you are where you need to be for the season.
And we travel according to our equipment.
Yeah.
I think if we had 4-wheel drive and different things like that, I think that we definitely probably would try some things instead of being getting stuck. You know, like some of this winter weather we experienced in Ohio, we probably would have tried that if we had 4-wheel drive. But unfortunately, when we bought this truck, our knowledge really wasn't even into the truck like that,
No, we
or
were.
as far as like, because we bought minimum because we didn't think that we would like doing this after 1 year. We gave ourselves 1 year to do this, and we decided that, you know, if we didn't like it, we didn't want to be over our head in bills.
Yeah,
So
and debt.
after 3 months though, we already knew that we loved doing this,
Wasn't
but
going back.
you know, we also knew that we needed something slightly bigger. And so that's kind of where the journey began, from searching for other RVs that fit within this capacity.
And that's the problem. We bought the RV first and then looked for the truck to fit the RV instead
Right.
of looking for a
A
truck
big truck first.
that we can grow with no matter what RV we have. We bought the camper and we was like, okay, we need a half-ton truck to pull it. And so we fixated on getting a half-ton truck, not thinking, okay, we might need to upgrade in the future, and now we're stuck with this half-ton truck, which
I
is
mean,
going to limit.
your average SUV could tow this same camper right here. You know, I've seen some healthier SUVs, you know, maybe like an Expedition or something like that, that could easily pull this camper. This camper is 5,200 pounds, and on the
I can guarantee you it's more than that.
it's more than that
Especially
with the
since
stuff that we got in it for sure, you know.
this bitch is more than that.
But I like the bumper towing. The fifth wheel thing is great, and it has a lot of benefits to having a fifth wheel. But for me, as we've done this for a while and we've always had the bumper pull, we've entered and exited so many different RVs at RV shows and just seeing them on the road. And then even when we just visit a dealership, um, we just sought after this floor plan, that what we call a flat deck fifth wheel. It's a fifth wheel floor plan without the stairs,
I call it a camper with a fifth wheel feel.
and it's
It's
just
a travel trailer, but it's got a
it's
layout
great.
of a fifth wheel, and the hemispheres have them. The Flagstaff have them, and so does the
Rockwood too.
Rockwood. They have them, and we came so close one time with getting one. And as soon as we got ready to give them the 8,000 we had, they jacked up the price $4,000 more, and we had to let it go.
I think
And
we
so
showed too much interest in that one, you know,
yeah,
after a while. At first we were like with our poker face on,
yeah, but
but
we were
then
so excited.
once we went inside, it did have a few cosmetic things that, but when I walked around it, I'm like, I could fix that, I could fix that, I could fix
And
that.
we were like, let's do it. And then he was like, okay. And then we got to the paperwork and he started adding on all these other fees. And I'm like, what is that? What is this? What is that? Um, so I was like, nah, we're good. We're good. We can't come up with 4,000 more for that. You turning a 8,000 camper into a $12,000 plus our trade in. I was like, no, thank you. So that's where we were. And so now we're just, what we're trying to do now is figure out what we're going to do next. And so you guys, I am not one to come on here and like internet beg. I just,
Panhandle.
I don't need to do that, right? But at the same time, having a little help is always nice. It's just always nice. It's always nice to have somebody that, you know, show their appreciation for what it is that you do, because we've been after this for a few years. We've been doing this for 5 years, and so we try to bring content, whether we're work camping, make sure you guys have videos, whether we're visiting a campground, maybe you might think about going that place, and we do that. So like my friend right here, Mr. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I had drunk something and now I just feel like I need to burp. Mr. One Life Man says life is crazy, right? People are crazy. They don't mind helping. And so we would appreciate your help. The main goal here is to get the 1,000 trails because we can use that here and out west.
And you know, it's crazy, you know, people who have helped us. You know what's wild about you saying that is that people have. I mean,
Yeah, they have.
we got
You
plenty
guys
of
are the
testimony
best.
stories about people who helped us, either from YouTube or either from the campgrounds that we visited, like the one in Colorado. You know, we
Yep.
didn't even know these people were gonna help us tremendously like they did. We we showed no signs of needing help or wanting help or asking for it, but yet they did, and it was right on time. I mean, I couldn't have really asked for anything better. Even though we refused, they weren't taking no for an answer.
They
Shout
were
out to Jesse
so
and Gwen
sweet.
too.
They were so sweet to us, and they didn't even like know us like that. And we've become friends. We keep in touch. So I actually talked to them not too long ago, and it was you're right.
What up, Destiny?
It is such. This has been such an emotional experience, right? Especially since how it started out, just dealing with mental health and taking a break from the everyday life, entering into a life that I didn't even know that I would love as much as I do. And like said many times before, doing these videos, I started out doing YouTube videos strictly for my mom because I wanted her to see the adventures that I was taking and places I would go. And she would call me in real time and be like, "Where is Cedric? Don't you be walking out there by yourself?" And it was just so fun. And then people started watching and commenting and liking. And my coworkers, my ex coworkers, we just want to support you. Hey, and it's like we just want to support you, what's your channel is going to be, and now we're almost to 5,000 subscribers, right? And our channel is growing, and it has been just an emotional experience of just seeing the outpour of love from people, gaining all these different experiences, getting a chance to go places and see things. We ride down the road, especially when we're out west, and we're just in awe. Like you just get out and you can't help but just look around and be in awe of what you're looking at. The terrain is different, the sky is different, the night is different, and it's like you really have this appreciation for just a new type of lifestyle. And so I know that there are a lot of RVers out here, a lot of RV lifers and all this kind of stuff. But I'd like to think what's different about this channel is the authenticity of our travels. It's not always glitz and glam and hiking and canoeing and fun stuff. Sometimes it's the struggle, sometimes it's tears, sometimes it's surgery, sometimes it's us being silly, sometimes we're on the road like we are now, sometimes we need help, sometimes we're good. And it's one of those things where I do not regret 1 minute of our decision to do this, even though at times it's not glamorous,
It comes
right?
full circle though. I mean, because it's like the same thing that we put in the universe comes back to us. You know what I'm saying? The same love, the same helping people, the same energy. It all comes right back. Like we haven't even been across. We've been across America, not to every city and state and all that, obviously, but the
Just about,
states.
though.
But
Just
we
about.
almost have. But just in the time that we've been doing this, we haven't had any bad experiences, and I thank God for that. We
Except for the
haven't.
first night.
I mean,
That was it. The
being in
first night.
Walmart, yeah, that was one situation. But I mean, like when we visiting people's towns, and we don't know who's who and what's where,
Now,
but
we do walk into some places that look like they think, well, you
they look
must be
like,
lost, but they end up smiling, and we always end up, you know, not feeling the same way. And so,
or just giving the places a chances, and not leaving necessarily because people feel however they feel, but we've never experienced that. People asked us that, have you guys experienced any racial tension, being black RVers and stuff like that? And I can't speak for the next person, but personally I haven't.
you get a look, but it's okay. I
I
mean, it's
don't
just
care
a
about
look.
looks. People could be going through something. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really truly care about what a person's expression on their face is looking like. I more or less care about how they treat me and respect me and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You could be, I look crazy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as you
You
start
do.
talking to me, I start smiling, and it's like, oh, okay, I thought you were pissed. It's like, nah, I had something
That's
on my
my
mind,
resting
you know what I'm
face.
saying? So I don't hold against people what they look like. Once I talk to a person, I'm talking to them from sheer love, respect, mutual human being to human being. I don't have time to be any other way besides myself. And that's what I take from my southern roots, okay? Because I was raised in the South, and I take that. everywhere I go across the country, even in the campgrounds, because we do go to places where we have exceptional service. So when we're on the opposite side of that, then we provide exceptional service to people because that's what we want when we're out. When we're out and about, we want people to treat us right. When something's broken, we want them to fix it and quickly and, you know, all of that good stuff. So whenever we work camping,
Hey, they're
I'm doing
starting
the
their
same
first
thing.
job in 2 weeks. Where are you going?
Super cool.
What state? What you not tell us where? Tell us what state. What state are you going to be in? Because right now ours is kind of up in the air. I know that we could probably go back to Maine if we work things out with them, but I don't know what we're doing just yet. So it's exciting. It's so exciting, especially when you see people learning alternative ways of making money and living. Especially in the winter, it's a little harder than it is in the summer, but fantastic.
Oh, that's cool. That's what's up.
Yes, please, please, love. We really appreciate that. And so, you guys, if you are so moved and you're wanting to know what we want for Christmas, we would like to have a Thousand Trails membership. That is what we would like, especially since we could use it all across the South and the Southwest. And that would just help us a lot. Then we could just focus on making sure we have gas and that we keeping the truck maintenance stuff going, and and doing what we need to do to be land our next gig. Oh, Pennsylvania! Exciting! That is so exciting. Make
It's a
sure,
lot of beautiful things out there.
yes, make sure you let us know how your work, your trials, not trials, your what is the word I'm looking for? Your experience, how it goes, your adventure. Let us know how it's going and how it works, because work camping is what you make it.
It is.
It is definitely what you make it. It can be stressful, but it's also what you make it. And what's the surprising part is, excuse me, the surprising part is the campground is open in December. Who knew? Especially up in Pennsylvania because it's cold. But I know some campgrounds are year round. Not many.
Wow. In
Not
two
many.
weeks.
Yeah,
Good for
not
you.
many. So, yep, super excited. So, yep, that's what we're doing. We're sitting here watching the refinery burn off whatever they're doing over there with the fire. And we're just kind of sitting here deciding what next.
Oh, thank you. That's what's up. I really appreciate that. Well, she
Thank you.
appreciates that. Hey, matter of fact, if you guys want to check out my channel for things that I do and my point of view on places that we visit, check out She Said Go. That's SEESEDGO. And if you guys would
Go.
like to, I highly recommend you subscribe to the channel because I'm trying to be like my lovely wife here next to me and be YouTube famous. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, right. I wish I was
But
YouTube
I
famous.
have really been growing this channel organically. I looked last night. I got 275 now, but at the last night it was 272 subscribers, and I truly
Yay.
appreciate that. You know, because I know for a fact that I've met at least 200 people face to face. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I really love is that the support that I have is very organic. Whenever I post a video, I got 200 subscribers or more. I have at least that many videos. I mean views. So I really
Oh,
like that.
wow. So you guys are going to be at that campground a year or more, or you're just saying that you're usually in the area that long? And he's going to be the pool guy. Okay. Cedric has dealt with pool type things when we were in Maine. They had a pool guy, but
Gettysburg is
every
what's up.
now and then they had to fill in. So he knows all about that. I'm usually indoors. What's your favorite movie of all times? That must be for you.
Of all time, probably gonna have to be Friday.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Oh, man, you're going to be there a whole year. I
Wow.
cannot imagine sitting still for a whole
Wow.
year. Even though we just did it in Ohio, and that was like 110% torture for me. I loved it. I loved the experience. I love the people that I met. But I am so entwined with the open road, right? It's like I go home, I see everybody, I love everybody, I spend time with them, and then I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get back on the road. And so,
We used to like to go home and spend time with them on our little 6 month downtime, but everybody was
they have a
going about
life.
and doing their different things, so us coming to town definitely was not on their agenda of things to
Every
do.
time I'm in the kitchen, you're in the kitchen,
No,
eating all the
seriously.
hog mugs,
Seriously.
all the
That's probably
pig
gonna be
feet.
my all-time favorite one. That's funny.
Yes, but yeah, no, I now that they are adults and they, family is important to them and it's important to us, but they only look at it where it's Thanksgiving's one day and they have plans. So nobody's dropping everything for me. So
Macaroni.
we enjoy each other for the time that we have, and then we're ready to move on. And then they try to keep up with us.
Who thinks she a Mac?
I share my location with them, and so they know where we are all the time. And
But I do enjoy it thoroughly when they visit the places that we are. They may not
that
be
is
hanging in
cool.
this truck with us and going places that we go, but they do end up showing up wherever we go. And I just like that,
I enjoy
because
that
it's
too.
it's the same experience to me. It's just like when my daughter came out to
Oregon
Oregon
with the
in Portland,
grandkids.
it was just super
That was
duper
so much
nice.
fun, and we got her a cabin, and
Experiencing
it was
that, the
fun.
Oregon coast. Not only that, but just the community vibe that a campground can have. Um, I don't think that my grandkids ever played with just random kids like she did at this campground. They had these little bikes that you could rent and this, that, and the other, but they just let my grandson and my granddaughter ride them around for free. And it was cool to have my daughter there and just kind of see, what goes on in these campgrounds. And the reason why we like doing this so much, we could just be sitting in our own lot, what we paid for, just enjoying each other. But somebody is gonna walk by and they're gonna stop
And we're
and
gonna
they're
talk.
gonna talk
Now
to
we
you.
got new besties,
Where you guys
new
from?
best friends.
Tennessee, huh? Wow. I got people down in Nashville and Louisville.
I've been this, but and they're always shocked when they find out how many places we've been, because
Yes.
we've always been more places than them. You've been where? Really? We were talking about going there. And we're like, oh yeah, you gotta go and see this, see that, do this, do that. So we're a very adventurous couple.
I
So
think a lot of times too, those people, they go to places, like the redwoods, or out
I
west
want to go
Yosemite, places
see
like
some.
that.
He's
Those places
speaking my
are
love language because
those
I've been
places
told
are
him I want to
highly
see those.
desirable, and they're very hard to get into.
I want to
So,
see them.
when people go to places like that, Yellowstone, the Grand Tetons, which we've been there, but
Love the Grand
I
Tetons.
mean, the camping experience in those places is just completely different. But I
They
think
book
these
up
places
early.
also, I was about to say, I think these places, you have to get in there in advance in order to get you a spot there. Because you're just not gonna ride up. If it's first come first serve, you best better believe you're not getting a spot.
Or you're going to pay through the nose.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you're definitely not gonna get
I
one.
can tell you, I have made more best friends standing behind the counter, checking people in, checking people out, talking to people, telling them about my travels. And I love to hear about their travels too. Like I get all engulfed in the places that they've been and so on and so forth. And so you really do connect with people that you ordinarily wouldn't have anything in common or talk to.
It's true.
Now you have this full-fledged conversation and everybody's so excited to talk about everybody. I've had people, I've recommended places around Oregon for them to check out, and they come back in and they're like, Erica, we went to such and such and such, and you were right. It was amazing.
You
And the
become a part of
owner,
these people's lives,
yes,
man.
the owner used to be like, you are good at this. And I'm like, well, I just like people. I love people. I love to talk to them and hear their experience. I love to share mine. I'm a people person, so I do enjoy that. Oregon is amazing, and
Oregon
I
is.
cannot wait to get back there.
Ah.
And so I'm really excited to be back there. Even though they're having a little problem with flooding right now, I just absolutely love Oregon. Period. Just I love everything about it.
30 years, you're gonna do great then. 30 years.
Yes, and just understand when people come in frustrated, 90% of the time it is not you, unless you just have a bad attitude. Period. Right? Is they're frustrated because they've been fussing in the car, or they've been lost, or they've been driving for too long, or the kids getting on their nerves. And just pack your patience, do what you can to help people, read the the room, because some people, not everybody that check in want to talk to you.
That's true.
Some of them just want their sight and go. Some of them talk your ear off, so just kind of read the room.
And
I
even
think you
those
got it.
people who may not want to talk to you right
At
now,
first,
before they leave, they will be a different person.
they
And
want
that's
to
the reason
talk.
why I never really take anything personal. I read the room all the time because at some of these campgrounds, I'm escorting people. So I have no other choice but to talk to them. So I just, try to be as polite as possible, show everybody the same common courtesy. And truly, it makes a world of a difference with my experience when it comes down to the campground. So even when we work at the next one, they love trying to throw these little psychological questions in there, where it's like, give me a time of an experience where you had a bad experience and you had to do this.
Or you had to
And it's like
de-escalate something.
I haven't. Usually if everybody don't have the gift of gab, everybody don't know how to de-escalate. Everybody's not always thinking about them first. Some people can understand how people feel and put themselves in and say, you know what, I understand how you feel.
If
I
you're a
would be
traveler,
mad
you get
if
it.
this tree was hanging over my site too. Let me go get a saw or something and cut this down for you. I mean,
We always end up in the comments, and
every
people get
time.
mad with that. They'll say, "Well, I work here too," and because they'll say Erica was amazing. Make sure you see her when you come. She's gonna take
They
care
hate
of
that.
you. And then one lady was like, "Well, I work here too. You're not the only person that work up here." And I'm like, "Look at your attitude. It's like
I
you."
had one guy did me like that in Ely, Nevada. They called me to the office. I had no idea that somebody mentioned me in the reviews. I wasn't even keeping track of that.
Cuss them out
But
later.
at the right, but at the end of the day, it's like when I got called to the office, I went inside. They gave me a T-shirt. It's like, hey, you could pick any T-shirt. Somebody mentioned you in the reviews. Blah blah blah. I was like, really? And they showed it to me, and she was the one that showed it to me. So
I
I
watch
was
the
like,
reviews. I'm all
I was
about
like,
making them
wow, that's
jealous.
cool. You know what I'm saying? So I got the shirt and I went back outside. The maintenance guy that was there, he was like, oh, I see you got a shirt, out of the office. I was like, oh, yeah, they gave me a shirt for the reviews. I got a review. Nobody ever gives me a review. I don't care about that. Blah, 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 blah. And I
So
was
I walk
like,
around
well,
like a grumpy
well, I
pants.
mean, you don't care about that, but I do. But eventually, and this is why I'm saying all of this, eventually, how I am, how she is, how we both treated him, even though he let you know he had no dealings with you and would not have any dealings with you outside of the KOA. If and he said that to me one time. If it wasn't for us working here, I probably wouldn't talk to you
And I couldn't
outside of
keep
there.
him out of my face.
But yet, the niceness, the love, the kindness, talking to him no matter what,
Even when you were
he could
trying to
not
go
believe it.
inside, he didn't know how to pull off.
He couldn't go. He couldn't go. He stayed at our site more than anything. He stayed around me more than
And then
anything.
we were genuinely
You
kind
can
to
change
him.
people's perception
Yeah.
of what they think about you. Whatever his bad experience with whoever, that maybe of my color that he had a problem with, that had nothing to do with me. I wasn't the one that did it. And I don't even think it was a situation like that. Sometimes people just be in certain areas and places in life where they raised like that, and then because even us, we didn't think any other black people were in Ely besides us,
Oh my
but
goodness. When we got
they are everywhere.
funny story about that, because when we walked in, everybody looked at us weird. And then we went to the back of the store, and out from the department was a black guy. And he looked at me and I looked at him, and we both looked at each other like, when did you get here? It was so
He was
funny.
funny too because he was like
He
our neighborhood grocery guy.
Yeah, and so
The only one
it
that
was
was
just
there.
really funny. And then after a while, you start seeing people, and you kind of want to say, "Well, where y'all at?" But you really realize that people, not just blacks, people are everywhere. We saw a lot of Asians, right?
They are
And they
everywhere.
move around in caravans. It's like five
The
or
camper
six of
van
them,
thing, they running
20
that.
of them. They are out there camping.
We not the only
A
ones.
lot of Hispanic families love to camp together. People love to camp.
In tents,
Right.
in
So
RVs,
people love to be
everything.
out And nobody's out to cause trouble. Everybody's out to enjoy their family, to enjoy their time off, to make some memories and some experiences with their family. And so I really enjoy being a part of their memories
Yes.
of people bringing their grandchildren and camping and creating those family memories. One thing, the kids are not on the phones. They're outside playing, or they're outside swimming, or they're outside riding bikes. Everybody's sitting around the campfire. You have those one or two families that usually it's the elderly couples that's not interested in doing that. RVing is how they live because it's cheap and they need the cable, because they're not coming outside, they're not walking around, and you have those that you just try to make comfortable while they're with you. And Ely really opened our eyes to RV life and
Yeah.
what it could be like
Yeah.
as outdoors people. And we fell in love with it.
Yeah.
We fell in love with the fact that for like 6 months, we didn't watch TV. We were out hiking, we were out going to
We
national
ain't never
parks.
did that before.
Yeah, we were sitting at the campfires. We were inviting people over and just sitting out talking, doing roasting marshmallows, laughing, sharing experiences, and it was wonderful. And then we decided, this is it. And so the videos that we put out to you guys, the time we're doing stuff, the downtime we have where we're not able to do videos and we're not able to travel and stuff like that, we get it. A lot of people like your channel should have already be, this, that, and the other. We're working on it. We're working on it. We live in real life, right? We're not retired, so we don't have pensions coming in where we could kind of just keep going nonstop. We work. We are in it for the adventure, but we do it because we love you guys and we want to show you that life is possible out on the road. You can live an RV life, you can make some money, so on and so forth. And so tonight we are car camping against my husband's will.
Oh, that sounds so cool,
So
Psycho Lady. And that sounds fun too because I thought about doing that when we were in Ohio, but um
I don't want to stick out of the
unfortunately,
snow.
unfortunately it was snowing so bad
It
and it was so
was
much snow on the side of the RV
overnight.
that it froze every bay door closed. I couldn't even open it up. I was afraid to pull on it because like it really wasn't opening. It
And,
was water sealed all the way around, frozen. It was not
and the
happening.
goal is to get rid of this bad boy because we wanted to entice one of our sons to hit the road with us. So we want to get something that is a little bit more accommodating. So our goal
And
is
we
to
need
get a
an
bigger
office
truck.
space too. We really
Yeah,
need something more or less with the super slide, maybe theater seats or sofa
I prefer
or
sofa.
love seat, theater seat with
Or
little
yeah, sofa.
population
Well,
control.
not sofa, not love seat, sofa. I like a sofa
Sofa,
because then
love
you have
seat.
the full size bed that comes out of it. So
I personally don't really mind. I just wish that we could find the right one with the right floor plan. Really don't really mind the rear kitchen thing, but because the kitchen is gonna be so heavy, I'd rather the kitchen be maybe balanced in the middle somewhere and then, like maybe
yeah.
like a bunk room in the back and then the bedroom up front.
So we got plans. We got plans, but we're trying to be smart with the pennies we have. So tonight we are on a car camping mission, and I can tell you it's getting a little nippy right now as we sit here. My feet getting a little cold, and so
It is.
I'll get my blanket and my pillow after a while. But yeah, you guys, if you want our information, it's definitely on our main page. And I think in this video, once you go to it, like with the title and you hit the little button and it gives you the page information, all of our information is there. So you can always send it through PayPal or Venmo, however, there's options. But yep, I'm going to get my pillow and get my cover and just kind of relax for a little bit and see where the night takes us. Some more trucks coming in here, and it's been I I'm happy. I can't say that all the time about everything, but I am happy. I'm happy for the fact that I'm doing something I love with somebody I love even more, and I enjoy the experiences that we have together in the 21 years that we've been living. I mean, together, not living, but together, that we've been together. We've been together 21 years, and we've been married for about 16, 17 years. So We kind of like each other. We know each other.
Kind of, sort of.
So it's just been a real adventure to spend it with you, honey, and to take this adventure with you. And we know that the Lord is going with us no matter where we are and what we're doing. And so He will protect us tonight. And if it's His will for us to get Thousand Trails, we'll get it, And when we arrive where we're going, say, aha, you got me. You was trying to get me to spill it. Once we get where we're going, I know we'll have what we need. So we'll be able to stay and do what we need to do and bring you guys some more adventures because that's what we like to do. We like to take you along with us. Those who maybe are on the fence, if this is something they're wanting to do, maybe you have questions. Thank you so
Oh,
much. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Maybe you are maybe there is something that you want to do and you have questions about it. Maybe you're thinking about a different camper. There's a RV show coming up. I'm not gonna tell you where, but there's one coming up, and maybe we can go check something out and do a video and kind of show you what's new and what's coming out. You never know. So having your support is very important. We really appreciate it. We really love doing this. We really love doing live. Well, I love doing lives. My husband, he's hit and miss. He enjoys it once he's there, but I'm
I mean,
usually
this is
like,
her thing
honey,
though. This
honey.
is her thing. I mean, since she's began doing this, I've always just enjoyed watching her connect with people. Like she said, a lot of things I don't think that people who join now don't realize is the anxiety and things that she used to go through before we started doing this, which is kind of leading up to the reason why we started doing this. Um, I've watched her
Thank you.
face a lot of things head on, and I've watched her overcome a lot of things that in the beginning we heard a lot about all the time. And now, a few years in, I just keep the wheels rolling, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what she like to do, you know what I mean? And I don't really go live like that because I'm not really conversational when it comes to certain things. I would like to find a topic and just stick to that topic. But, she's good at doing this, and I like to see her doing whatever it is that she likes to do.
Oh, honey, you're so
And
sweet.
when I make videos, that's the reason why I don't have as many. So some people even say that sometimes, how come you guys just don't merge channels or whatever? Because I do things just a slight tad bit different than her. And even when she's making her videos, I'm probably just right on the back side of her, out of the camera view. But I am around and just making it from my point of view. Sometimes I work on things, I fix things. And I just want to show you anything that I learned that has anything to do with the RV or the truck or anything.
And let me tell you, this is one of the smartest men I've ever met in my life. He really is. He could fix anything. He could do anything. He's the kind of person if you say, "Honey,
Thank
I
you,
need
Destiny. I
I
appreciate that.
need this done. I need that done." You don't have to think twice. You don't have to check behind him. It's going to work. It's going to be done great. And I have such great confidence in him. And it's just so nice to have somebody that you love as well as share the same interest with you, even though sometimes they do it kicking and screaming. And so I really appreciate you, sweetheart. And he needs his own channel because even though we are one, you still need separate things that are just yours. And so
Even when we did photography together, we would go out and I knew nothing about this camera that she just put in my hand and was like, "We're gonna go out shooting together." And I'm like, "I don't want to do this." But the more I did it, I took pictures of things that I like. Once I learned the basis of how to work it, then the editing and all of those other things that were a little bit harder, this is
it's my
what I
favorite
would
stuff.
go to her for. But other than that, I learned to really enjoy that, the peace and the quietness, the trying to be very still while you shoot the camera, a certain way, and it was just
I
fun.
miss my camera
It was good things
so
to do with each other.
so much. I miss my camera so much. Yes, I do have an email. And I will send it to you. I will at you a message in the
Destiny, and I
comment
just want to say
section.
this too while we're here. Thank you so much for all your kind words and just
Yeah, you a
Always
diehard fan,
supporting, like
girl.
always supporting on both ends. Sometimes I have to ask Erica, "Who is Destiny?"
I was like, you
She's
know
like, "You know
Destiny.
Destiny. You talk to her all the
And
time."
he'd be
And
like,
I do that about
oh,
Bones. I
okay.
do that with Bones too. I'm like, who is Bones?
Baby, you know Bones.
And
You know
so
how black people are. Baby, you know who that is.
it's just talking
The
to you
girl
guys
from the
in
other
here,
place that used to come in and she
right?
said this.
Like,
Oh, okay,
oh, okay, I
okay.
remember her now. So thank you so much though for just always saying kind things and being encouraging, and recognizing that I am coming out of my shell a
He
little bit. You know what I'm
is.
saying? I really like to come in with the back to back,
You know what? I'm going to say
episodes.
this about you, honey. RVing was a dream we talked about, but it was my dream, right? It was something
The
that
van was
I
mine.
was like, that's what I want to do. And he was not 100% ready to give up the stability that we had built. And I was feeling like I don't want stability because attached to that becomes so much stress to maintain the status that we had built. And I was just ready to come from under it. I was ready to move on to a stage where stability was not a part of that, because to that I equated a lot of stress and a lot of things going on, and I was just ready to kind of divorce myself from that. Our children were grown. Our two youngest got an apartment together. They had moved out, and I was just over it. I was like, you know what, I need to not be stressed about all of this encompass. And so my sweet husband, even though we have our ups and downs, we don't always like each other every day,
Not every day.
but he gave up his job, his career, the life that he was building, his future, to accommodate his crazy wife who was struggling with her mental health and just needed a break. And he has been compromising and pulling around whatever camper I decide we need now. And wherever I decide, baby, let's go here, he's always the voice of reasoning. And I take what he says to heart because I know he's got our best interests at
It
heart.
has to make sense to me. Like,
But
I don't know why I'm wired
but
like
he
that, but
gives in,
it has to make sense.
as
If
you
it
can
doesn't make
see.
sense, then I'm like, I don't think we should do that. Like the going through the Appalachian Mountains. Like if I would have seen this route before when we started, I definitely would have chose the longer route. And that's just because I hate the mountain roads and the mountain driving. The truck is just
We need
not
another truck.
loving,
I
it's
get it.
not liking the mountainous road. It does great now, don't get me wrong. It does what it needs to do. It's just that that's not what I like. I'm over the mountain driving, you know what I'm saying? It's
Baby,
just,
drop your channel in the comment section because she just
oh,
asked for it.
okay, I'm sorry.
And so, yes. And so, we didn't always start out on the same page as far as RV life, but we've definitely grown in this process as a married couple, as individuals,
Oh, I could have just commented.
as a couple, all of that stuff. And so I'm thankful to him that he is a man that allowed me to find the way I could heal and then support me in it, even though it meant he had to give up what he had going on at the time.
Everything.
And so I love you for that, baby. I really do. Maybe I don't say that enough, but it's not a time you don't throw this thing behind the truck and say, put the directions on. And you know how much
Sometimes I,
it
sometimes I don't even.
he knows how much that makes me happy. And he does it against his better judgment
Cause sometimes,
sometimes.
shit, sometimes I could be pulling this thing for a week straight everywhere she want to go, and we may, let's say we get to this wonderful place. It's beautiful. It's a lot of people out. It's my type of action. Whether it's pulled through or back in, it don't matter to me. We could do whatever. But she gets back in. Oh, honey, we're here for 4 days, and the next day is she ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
I've
So
done all I can do here.
it's like we didn't even walk around this place, and now we're already ready to go.
We've
Yeah, but I saw one right up the street.
we've done all we can do here.
It's like we just need to go look at
We're
that one.
trying to cram in a lot of stuff in a little
So,
bit of
and that's the
time.
reason why we have done a lot. When people talk about the winter camping thing and skirting the trailer and stuff like that,
Now, Destiny, I'm gonna have to
um,
say that I don't agree with that statement because there is not a happy life if I'm the only one happy and he's miserable. Both happy spouse. Both of us have to be happy.
I'm miserable sometimes.
Sometimes, but that's not the norm, right? We compromise. Trust me, I compromise for him too, and I just believe that we both need to be happy because if one person is happy, that means somebody else is sacrificing all the time for one person's happiness, and
And
that's
there
not
used to be
fair.
times where I would feel like that though, but um, especially in the beginning. But in this adventure itself, you know what I'm saying? This is like going on what, 6 years,
5 years.
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, in 5 years, I've learned a lot truly about myself too as well. It's not just about Erica finding herself in each state and each place I find something that I like to do. I get out more, I talk to people more, I move around. I love having Pepper and Noodle too because they kind of really forces us to get out and just love them because they needed that too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they are definitely a blessing to Erica and Di because I don't think we could have asked for two better dogs from the pound.
They are so
And
sweet.
they just like really add to what we do. And whenever we do go places, even if it's just a simple walk in the park sometimes, you know what I'm saying? That's stuff that we didn't do back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Even when we would have the kids and had a purpose for our measly little lives,
We took hikes with the
we
children.
did, but I'm just saying, like, it wasn't like, other than that, when it wasn't like we, even with the kids, just took a hike by ourselves. Like,
Yeah,
leave the
that's
kids
true.
at the house and say, hey,
They
we're
were
gonna
they
go
were
do
always
this.
our motivation to get out.
So we always did things with them, but when this kind of became our thing, I asked a lot, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I don't know what you like to do, really, but this showing me I don't know what you like to do. You know what I'm saying? We made up things and went on vacations and stuff, but this has truly solidified, that we are a good team together, not just at the campgrounds, not just backing the trailer up and connecting it to the truck, not just in marriage and a relationship, just to
We're
other
friends.
to other
Yeah.
people. So you know what I'm saying? It's like um
I'm his only friend.
and I had to get used to that because I'm a type of
Because he
person.
had plenty of
I was in
friends.
the streets, you know what I'm saying, and I had plenty friends. I had plenty friends. They used to come over to the house, used to drive her up the wall,
Mm.
but everybody loved to be around me, and she didn't like for them to be around me because that
It was
took time.
competition.
It took time away from her and the kids, and so. But as we grew together, because nothing never really starts out the way you really want it, I became to
That's
realize
true,
that
Destiny.
a lot of the things that I was doing that she wasn't happy with, I had to change. And so once I figured that out, then I started studying the people that I hung around. She right. These people really ain't my friends. And and then so one by one, God moves and whatever he's doing, I'm out of the way, you know what I'm
People
saying?
fall off after a
And
while.
right. And so
Because I've had
especially
my
when we
share of
go,
friends that fell off.
they
You
do.
know, I was,
We've been
I
together
used
longer
to,
than all of our friends, no matter what situations that we've been through. And they've been through some that's not even as bad as what we've been through, but still, we still stayed together though. We would still always choose
21 years
for better or
later.
for worse.
Wow.
If I needs to go and walk away, or if I need to go in another room, or if I just need to shut up sometimes.
Gone
I
on.
ain't mad at it. I'll go and shut up and walk off.
Gone
But I'll be
on.
talking again. You can
Gone
believe
on.
that.
And we give each other space. So inside is my little domain. Outside, he has his little oasis. And so he gets a break, I get a break, and then we come together. We plan stuff together, we do stuff together, but we do have our downtime to where we do things separate so we can still be individuals as well as couples. So you've learned to deal with the fights and the arguments because sometimes being in a small space, you can get on each other's nerves, right? So one of the pet peeves, let's just be transparent and honest. One of my pet peeves that he does that I know he means no harm, but it still gets on my nerves, is when I'm cleaning up and then he comes in to help me. I don't need any help, honey. This is my thing. This is me
Y'all heard that?
clean. Yeah, this is me cleaning my brain. This is me being productive. This is me, because when my place is cluttered, my mind is cluttered, right? Um, and so I need a few minutes. You're terrible as a moderator. I just want to say that out loud.
I'm just looking. I mean, I feel this is what I'm saying, right? The people who say and do and make ignorant comments.
But you're the moderator,
Yeah, I
honey.
know, but I'm sitting here with you. It'd be different if I was somewhere else
I
and I
got
was
you.
actually in here. But
Okay.
the reason why I don't even pay attention to what people say in the chat is because they're not saying anything intelligent. And see, we were all made and wired to be intelligent in God's likeness, okay, in His image.
Amen.
And so what I be tripping off of is that these
All right,
so-called
there now.
men or people
Step back there now.
get on the internet
Tell them, honey.
and they say things they wouldn't say right here to my
Ooh,
face.
and
You see what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay, okay. I
So
see where you're
so so
going.
so so it's just easier for me to ignore it, honey, because it ain't no sweat off my back.
All right, then. All right. Enough. Say less. Say less,
Straight like
honey.
that.
Say less, honey. Got it.
That was a waste of whoever said whatever they said, because I don't even know what they said. That's how cold I am with it. Whatever they said was like a waste of them saying it. Now they got to sit here and look at us talk about how they was wasting their time.
Just let it go, baby. Let's move on.
They just wasted it.
So, back to the original thought. The thought was stop helping me clean up. This is my thing. And I get on his nerves too. Because I go outside and I take my cleaning expedition to his
I did.
space.
Me too, Destiny. Same thing.
To his space. And he'd be like, baby, I don't need you to come out here cleaning up. I could do that. I could do that. So we've learned with any loved one, they know how to tap on your nerves every now and then. But we've learned how to moderate that and figure out how to give each other some space.
Because that is a good thing to do sometimes. I know a lot of times, sometimes we want to, as men, we want to fix things, or even as women, we want to fix things, right then. Sometimes it's okay to just say, honey, we don't have to talk about it right now. And sometimes it's for me, that's hard to do. I will admit that, but I will go on. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, I love her more than creating issues with her or treating her like she's my enemy, or like we haven't spent our lives together and we can't overcome a conversation or something. Just communication with each other. And that in itself has gotten tremendously better while doing this, because it is just me and her. We only rely on each other now, and it's like, I appreciate her more than she knows, just for the simple things, the cleaning up. And sometimes I like to just help out because I mean, sometimes she's hurt, or sometimes she may go, ow, 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 and I'm like, you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? She's like, I'm fine, I'm fine. But she's a tough girl too. And, she came up where she did a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, and for herself. So having a man that can help you, and a husband and all of those things, sometimes, in the beginning it may not work out like how you want it to, but it take a little getting used to.
But I like certain things to just be mine. And I like things clean. I like things in an orderly
I
place.
like it chaotic.
He do, and it gets on my last nerve. But at the same time, to keep confusion down, I don't mind doing the cleaning because I want it done a certain way, and to keep it from being an issue between the two of us because he did it, but he didn't do it to where I want it done,
I
and
don't
then
like
I
it
do it
chaotic.
behind him. Then he's like, "Well, I just did that. Why you redo it?" Just let me do it, baby. Just let me create a clean, beautiful place for you to come and relax. I could do
And I
that for
realized
you.
that too. That's like her thing. That's her thing. And that's her little woosah time. And I don't want to. I've been told this multiple times. It's like, and she doesn't even have to say anything. You know what I'm saying? She could just say, she could just pinch the lips. And sometimes I'm like
We did that perfectly and in sync.
at the
And it
same
gets on
time.
my nerves that he always trying to time me. And it's, oh, stop it.
It's like,
Let
yep.
me be my own person.
So yeah, but being in a relationship and ultimately stepping up to the marriage thing is really not a whole lot of a difference besides the title. We still love each other and each other best friend like we've always been. It's just we get to see the better version of each other
In our
in
old
our older
age.
age. You know what
Because
I'm saying?
we were in our 20s, early 20s when we met. And now we're both in our late 40s. And so,
See,
yeah, whatever.
I'm 32.
He is lying, okay? He
One
is in
thing I
his
learned
late
from
40s,
YouTube is
okay?
have thick skin and don't pay attention to what's not noticeable. That's
Yeah, don't
true.
sweat the small stuff.
That's
Don't.
true. I live
But
stream on another application that I won't mention on here just because I don't know how YouTube do with mentioning other competitive apps. But I live stream on other applications where people are very rude on purpose. And even though you're there to talk about things that you either do in life or you maybe you have a talent or whatever, whatever you do on your live stream is your live stream. But my live stream is usually me showing my YouTube videos or showing Erica's YouTube videos. And there are always going to be some people who are going to be mean and rude behind the screen or their phone. And that's just one of the things that I've learned to not necessarily pay attention to. I don't do it when I'm out here performing in the real world. I definitely won't worry about it when I'm online because, it's the internet.
it's getting cold in here. We're gonna have to crank
I'm
up
I'm
this
feeling
car.
kind of warm.
I'm cold. I don't have my jacket on, but
You want me to go get it?
no,
Look,
it's right here. I'm just nippy, and the dogs, they're not under their cover, so we're gonna have to put them under the cover in a minute. But you guys, we thank you so much for just hanging out with us. We really do appreciate it, and just be praying for us. We want to stay safe on the road. We want to make it to where we're going, and like I said, if you like to show your love for Christmas, my information is under my description page. You know, we really appreciate it. We have Venmo, we have PayPal, we have all that stuff. And tonight we're camping in the car, but that's okay too. And we love y'all. And we are doing this and we're taking this adventure. It's not just for us, but for those who can't get out and go do it, but would like to live vicariously through somebody else. And maybe is trying to make that decision whether this is something they want to start doing or doing. Sorry, we can't show you all the glitz and glam of it, but we're showing you real life so you can make a real,
it's
true,
definitely not all
informed
glitz
and
and glam.
decision.
There are some.
I want to give you the real informed decisions.
Squirt, you too. Thank you
Yes.
so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
That was
Yes,
awesome.
absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. So we're going to sign off tonight and figure out how we're going to stay warm and probably get some coffee and go from there. So we love you guys and we hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for watching and sharing the content and subscribing to our channel. And stay tuned because we have not landed to where we're going yet. So you want to make sure you hit that notification bell. So anytime we put something up, you're going to be right there with us. Love you guys. Have a
Thank
good
you, ladies and
night.
gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.